Well, had a good run. No, I didn't. No, I didn't have a fucking good run. This has been a shitty run. Shitty. I had a shitty fucking run, all right? Well, they finally did it. They finally caught me red-handed. Thought criminal at large and shit. So here I am, for the last time talking on here. That's it. Well, not completely. Before you click off, pissed off, let me go through how I'm processing this, because I literally just found this out. I was getting ready to do my fucking premiere, just to summarize without violating any fucking guidelines why this happened. I made a video. The video contained my opinions on the current situation in the world, which is about as vague as I can fucking be in this. I'm pretty sure if you know me by now, you can guess what that is. And I got a warning. Well, the prelude to a community guidelines strike. I'm not even going to appeal it because I already know the answer. I don't even need to test that, and nor should I have to. But during this video, I was convicted by the YouTube algorithm and some dude in India of this thought crime. I quoted a news article about something I can't discuss, apparently. Don't worry, the video will be coming out on Odyssey. And my podcast will definitely continue, because that's going to be all I got. It's going to be my only outlet. Can't do it here anymore. And Odyssey's too fucking slow for most people. So I'm just going to do my podcast when I want to talk. That's it, But anyways, I quoted a news article. Then I brought up a study from Qatar on certain characteristics of... I can't even say it. I don't even know what the fuck to say because I'm on thin ice. The next time I get a strike, they're like, okay, well, this time, but next time we're going to fuck you. We're going to fuck you hard, which means I'm on the radar, which means they're looking, which means if I even speak slightly out of hand on this. And of course, during all of this, I've stated repeatedly, I'm not an expert. I give my opinions, something we're allowed to do in this country, supposedly, but I guess not anymore. I guess that's over with, along with all the other fucking freedoms we've given up. And, I don't even know why I'm doing it anymore. It pissed me off. It's ruined my day. What should have been just an expressing my opinion on the fucked up things that are going on is ruined my day. The second thing I did was I pulled that study from Qatar and I went through it and gave my interpretation of it and my opinion on it. And then, to finish it off, I forget what the fuck else I did. It was a long-ass video. I'm so frustrated right now. I can't even fucking think straight. And then I quoted another news article on something that happened, gave my opinion on that, and then I went into a big opinionated political rant, which really didn't state anything other, fact-wise or otherwise. But as you know, I've been saying, this is my opinion. Do not look to me as the authoritative source. So, I get this fucking, it popped up in the middle of a video I was watching. I didn't even remember what the fucking video was anymore that I was watching, but it popped up right there on my fucking thing, and I'm like, wow, that sucks. So I went and looked at why. And apparently, well, I'll just let you look at it. This is why. This is why they deleted my video and threatened me as a content creator going forward. And, the measly amount of money that I get paid from ad revenue is not worth this at all. The people that really support my content will still do so on my podcast, or they won't. I don't know. But I, right now, am getting enough on my free email list, which now's more than ever. If you like my talks, if you like my rants, if you like my podcasts, my long-form content, go to ScottTheTruckDriver.com, sign up for my free email list, and I'll notify you when the podcast is available for purchase. I'm sorry, I can't be free on this. I wish I could. If I was a millionaire with a bunch of time on my hands, I could. But if anything, this signals me getting back in the truck like no tomorrow. And I'm done. I'm done raising revenue for YouTube, too. You know, when I do a live stream, it pains me they get 30% of what people give when they aren't giving me 30% of fucking service at this point. They aren't letting my shit grow. They aren't putting my thumbnail in front of motherfuckers. They aren't doing anything for that 30%. And to know that I'm contributing to the corporate coffers that allow this behavior to continue is starting to sicken me. And it's going to affect how I watch content going forward, too. I think I might have to quit YouTube. Now, I'm not, before you unsub, because, you know, we might as well. I don't give a fuck anymore. If you want to unsub after this, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you what you're going to get if you stay here on YouTube for me. You're going to get my shitty music. I know that not a lot of people are here for that, and they don't like it. All right? I know. I get 200-300 views tops on my music. I'm okay with that. I like having the feedback. I like hearing the opinions on what I did. Some opinions are good. Some say they're not for me. Some are saying you suck. That's fine. I actually value that feedback. So I'm going to keep doing that. You know, I'm going to do some of my travel on there. Taking pictures. Boring shit. This is not going to be what I'm good at. This is going to be the things I enjoy doing that are not controversial, because that's all I can do on YouTube. Especially now that the Eye of Sauron has found me. And I, came back to YouTube with taking great pain and suffering to try and censor myself to a point to where I could do what a lot of other content creators are doing. In fact, there's other content creators who ran exact videos on the subjects I covered in the video that was removed that are just fine. They're out there. You want to know why? Because they got corporations and sponsors and a hell of a lot larger audience than my dumbass does. I'm just a truck driver. Nobody's coming to a truck driver for medical information. I'm sorry. Nobody's watching me for that. I talk a lot about it, but it's my opinion. They're not coming to me for advice. No one's watching my shit and making a medical decision. Period. And if they are, they're probably worse off than anything I could say. Because they're probably doing that with other creators who probably are breaking some rules. By not letting you know that they're just giving an opinion and to not listen to them. This is not medical. The same way people that do financial videos have to give you that disclaimer. This is not financial advice. I do the same thing in mine. This is not medical advice. You do you. You do what the fuck you want to do. But now that's illegal on YouTube, per se. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just not going to be posting that kind of content here on YouTube anymore. I can't. Now, some of you are going to be like, well, what about Odyssey? The reason I came back to YouTube is Odyssey, performance-wise, has been shit. Not only is the monetization scheme completely ridiculous on there, but, and I'm sorry, Odyssey, but some tough love here. I love that you're still not censoring people. That's great. But you're also not providing good service. It's not as easy to find my shit anymore on Odyssey. It's still stutters even for me, and I have like premium fucking internet, like business speed internet. Here, imagine if I was out on the road doing this. Odyssey's just not really a realistic choice. Now, that being said, I'm still going to post to Odyssey. However, I don't think there needs to be a camera on my face when I do my commentary. And I'm really enjoying doing the podcast. And even if I don't get a lot of people listening to it, it at least allows me to get the shit off my chest and get it out there for someone somewhere to listen to. But I think I really need to pull back from these platforms when it comes to my opinion and just tell the people I see every day, or tell the people who want to listen to my podcast my opinions on things. So as far as what YouTube's going to get, they're going to get my music. They're going to get, not all of my music, by the way. They're going to get a few select songs, probably ones that I don't think are quite good enough to put on an album and sell. Those are the ones that you'll probably get on YouTube, unless I'm trying to promote an album or something with a song that's on it. But that being said, it's usually just to get feedback is the only reason. It's not financial. I make $1 in ad revenue on a song I post, generally. Despite sometimes putting fucking days into a track. I mean, making music takes a long time. And since I'm hopping in the truck, I'll probably vlog a little bit of that and point out some of the stupid shit that I see out there. And probably you'll hear me slip every now and then, but I'm probably going to be very vague if I even come close to the subject at this point, because the line's drawn. And I'm on the right side of it, apparently. Even though I've been on this fucking platform since fucking they had stars for fucking ratings. Now we don't even get dislikes anymore. Welcome to the fucking real world where you can't hurt anyone's feelings with our opinions anymore. You know? It's going to make a bunch of pussies if you ask me, but that's just my thoughts on that. And that's probably not going to contribute to the wellness of our society as a whole. And we're probably going to, you know, suffer greatly in the next 10 years because of it. But... you know, no one needs to think anymore. No one needs to question anything. You do as you're told. You know, you listen to the authorities. If you're not doing what the World Health Organization says you should be doing, then you should be shut down, censored, and locked up in a room somewhere and beat half to death while getting your fucking face dunked in a pile of water or some shit, or whatever else they're doing, you know, maybe tasering you or whatever it is they do nowadays to get you to comply. I'm sure we're a little ways from that, but, you know, I think we're heading in that general direction. I'm just tired, and I don't need this, and I'm already struggling with the way things are, you know, and I want to be able to express myself, to give my opinions. I enjoy that, but what I don't enjoy is worrying about the censors, worrying about whether or not the algorithm's going to catch a word I said. And the only place I know that I can do that and provide the content in a direct manner between me and you is ScottTheTruckDriver.com and my podcast going forward. Odyssey might get the odd video here and there, but I can't pour the time into Odyssey because it doesn't generate enough revenue at this point. It used to, it doesn't anymore. It doesn't generate enough revenue to offset the time. So the only option, if I'm going to put my content out, is going to be my podcast at $5 an episode. You don't have to listen to them all. I give you a little synopsis on what one's about, and if you're not interested, then don't buy it. You know, but that's my only option if I'm going to continue commentary as part of my content creation. And I, you know, might be refreshing. Maybe I'll build a new audience for my more creative and travel-y shit on YouTube, with which to let you know periodically that, hey, I still got a podcast over here if you want to hear my opinion on shit or my thoughts on what's going on with things. That's where you got to go. And I know that means 80 to 90% of you, probably more, I don't know, are going to be like, well, fuck it, I ain't chasing them over there. I'm just sticking right here on YouTube, clicking the ads and making sure that Susan has got all the ice cream with Nancy Pelosi, because apparently they're doing the same shit together. You know, you do you. I mean, I can't. I just can't do this anymore. I can't be on this platform the way I want to be, so I'm not going to provide what I feel I'm good at, and that's talking and giving opinions on everything from health to lifestyle to current events. And I do all of those, and they will all be a part of my podcast going forward. I got no choice, before you get angry at me and, and do whatever it is you're going to do to punish me on YouTube, know that YouTube's already done it. And it's their fault, not mine. I'd be more than happy to stay on this platform with all of my content for the convenience of my subscribers. However, I can't stomach this anymore. I can't sit here and wait for some AI fucking algorithm to flag me to some underpaid motherfucker overseas to decide whether or not I'm committing a thought crime here on fucking YouTube. If I'm going to be a thought criminal, I'm going to go be a thought criminal in my own fucking yard. All right? Now, does that mean I won't eventually get censored over there? I still rely on certain platforms for my website and for, my payment apps. And yeah, at some point they might come for me there too. But I'm also entrenched in crypto. And of course, I know all of the blockchain options. And worst comes to worst, I'll come crawling back to Odyssey. But hopefully they get their technical side shit together. Because, like I said, most people that have had the patience to follow me there, I get so many comments that they just can't, they don't have a good experience. They don't have an easy experience. The buffering is out of control because you got to realize not everyone has fucking massive broadband to look at shit. I mean, apparently we're waiting on Build Back Better for that. I'm just tired and angry and disenfranchised. And I'm frustrated that I have poured 6 years into this. Longer if you count the channel I had before this, which was nothing but me running around a truck bitching about traffic and customers. And that's probably what you'll get again, by the way. I don't know what to do anymore in terms of being a content creator. I'm thinking of just focusing on my more creative things, my photography, my music, and things that I enjoy doing that maybe not everyone wants. And I'll do those. And of course, my podcast will be my outlet. But I don't have any illusions that that's going to succeed, especially without a way to grow an audience, which is impossible. I can't advertise my podcast, on any platform, really. If it ever grew to a size of influence, as in if I had 100,000 people buying it or something, some shit, somebody's going to notice. Somebody's going to come after me, and somebody's going to shut me up there too. Because that's how our fucking world works now. You're not allowed to speak your mind anymore. You're not allowed to say your opinion, no matter whether your opinion's right, wrong, ignorant, or truthful, or fact-based. It doesn't matter. If you're not supporting the narrative, you got to shut the fuck up, or you will be silenced. So, as the convicted thought criminal I now am on YouTube, I'm going to take a step back. You're still going to get the occasional video. I don't leave the house much right now, but in January I am hopping back in a truck. So there will be content from the road out there, and it's not going to be me telling you my thoughts or any of that shit on anything current, remotely related to current events. It's going to probably just be my life, like a video diary, I guess, on things that are happening directly to me with not really relating. I know I'm going to fuck up at some point. So I know my days on YouTube are numbered. All right. I'm realistic. I've tried this before where I just try and put out like walking in the woods videos and all of that, and I still go off the rails. It's who I am. So I know this is like the beginning of the end of my channel. Unless I just don't post anymore. But then who knows? For all I know, right now, the algorithm's scanning all my videos, and I guarantee you, they'll probably fucking strike the shit out of me. So if you even get to watch this, I'll be fucking amazed. But now more than ever, if you want my content, if you want my opinion, you want my talks on all the subjects I cover, keto, fasting, lifestyle, how to deal with the way things are, current events, and of course the corruption of corporations and the media, you got to go and get it at my website. That's it. YouTube has spoken, and I've heard loud and clear that since I came back, and it was probably a mistake to do so. I haven't seen significant growth at all since I returned from YouTube this year. It has not grown at all. Like, I've had the same amount of subscribers as I did when I posted nothing for almost a year. I think it was a full year on YouTube. So, thoughts and shit, you know. What do you want? I did the best I could. I don't have a choice. If I were to continue to do my opinions, it would be just a matter of time before I got my first strike, second strike, third strike. Because I can't censor myself like that. I don't fucking separate my opinions and what might please the algorithm and what might not please the algorithm. It's hard enough for me. You see jump cuts in my shit, which otherwise would be free-flowing, barring dead air. You know, it's about what I edit out most of the time is dead air or maybe a comedic cut here and there. But I'm finding myself, I say something the way I would really say it, and then I'm like, well, that's going to fucking set off all kinds of alarms. And apparently that's what happened in this. At some point, I probably said something that triggered some kind of alert. You know, maybe they're finally on to certain keywords I've been using to sub for other keywords, and I think I did let a certain word slip while I was reading an article using the word. So, yeah, I'm done playing ball. Sorry, I tried. I gave it a good shot. You gotta admit, I gave it a good shot to bring all of my content back to YouTube. I just can't do it. You know, what do you want from me? So, I'm sorry. As for the video that got deleted, it will be on Odyssey, and if for some reason I can't get it there, it'll be part of my next podcast at the end. So if it might be like a 3 or 4 hour podcast with just the audio from what I do, even though there's some visual elements to what I was doing, showing the actual articles and studies that I was quoting. But hey, Susan doesn't want you to know that, so I can't do it here on YouTube, and I'm not going to appeal. They can suck my balls, all right? You don't pay me enough, all right, YouTube, to have a say in my content like that, and I'm not going to grovel to keep this channel. I'm sorry, I'm not. I gave a good run, an okay run, I guess. I did better than a lot of people do on this platform, but, you know, I don't see a future here for any of my content, not just my commentary. So I got to move on as far as that's concerned. So I apologize to those of you who will no longer be able to consume my comment. I mean, some of you are probably happy about this. Some of you are like, oh, good, I was waiting for him to shut the fuck up. I'm not going to shut the fuck up, but you won't hear me as easily as you used to. And that's it, you know. I mean, what can you do? What can you do? So I'll be hopping in a truck. That'll be my income, the main source of income going forward. And we'll see what happens. But there's going to be a complete change of content here on YouTube going forward. And if I think of something new that doesn't end up in the controversialness of the world, we'll see. But I don't know. And I didn't say anything in that video that I hadn't heard discussed on other channels. That's the most angering part of it. It's the fact that I'm the little guy that they're doing it. You know, that they don't enforce this with an even hand by any stretch of the imagination. I've heard a lot of the points I made by other YouTubers, and it pisses me off, all right? It pisses me off. And that video, and they deleted it before it even went to air. I left it up for 24 hours. I uploaded it yesterday. And before it went live on Premiere, I got the takedown notice, the strike. They had 24 hours to scan that shit. They could have told me in a couple hours. The machine algorithm could have flagged me or whatever. Well, what I think happened is it did flag me in that little time period where it goes over your video, and that it wasn't until now that some motherfucker in India went through my shit and compared it to their notes from certain industries that fund YouTube. But that's it. Give me your opinion if you're allowed to do that in the comments without them flagging that, because I always have to go in and dig out some people's comments there from the censorship algorithms. But yeah, be careful what you're writing there, because you're next. I'm sorry. You may think you're just giving your opinion in the comments, but if your opinion isn't the World Health Organization opinion, well, fuck. You might as well not be allowed to talk anymore. Yeah, fucking Susan's going to have you in the basement bound and gagged with a ball gag. It's coming. You ready? You ready for it? This is, and the irony here is this isn't the first time that I've had to deal with this, but it was shadow banning before. It was demonetization that was the form of censorship that I thought was just being levied at me. But they just turned it up a notch. Along with everything else that's been turned up a notch in the media lately, they just turned this one up a notch too. And all I did was quote what's already out there as far as the things I was giving an opinion on. I gave my opinion on it, and I'm sure I would have gotten counter opinions and all kinds of discussion in the comments. I get discourse when I put my opinions out there. People tell me I'm wrong. They tell me why I'm wrong. They tell me this. They tell me that. And we both have a little bit of a learning experience, or at the very least reinforce whatever knowledge we have. And we're forced to think about it, which is kind of the point. But can't have you thinking too much anymore. So if you like to think, can't say it enough, head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com, sign up for my email list. If I do any video commentary, it will be on Odyssey. However, I realize that sucks. So pretty much every Tuesday, there will be a podcast for $5 a pop. Take it or leave it on ScottTheTruckDriver.com, and you'll be notified when they are available through the free email list, which you can sign up for at ScottTheTruckDriver.com. Also, if you want to comment on those things, I highly recommend you do so through the Contact Me page on my website. If you want to contribute to to the back and forth like you do in the comments here, well, my comment section is going to be on there, and I'll probably read some of those, particularly ones that provoke a rant or at least a discussion. If you want one of those type situations, then submit it there. Minimal. I don't recommend commenting because you might get your shit flagged, and I don't want you to lose your YouTube shit on my account. So there's that. I mean, I could care less if YouTube went under at this point. And I'm going to be evaluating my watch time going forward. Maybe it's time for me to turn my back on YouTube again in terms of providing them ad revenue at all. I already use ad blocker, so there's that. I'll keep using that. See, I sometimes would watch on my TV or my phone, which plays the ads, and I click. But I'm thinking I'm just going to switch to my Brave browser and make sure to not be given that ad revenue, because I think everybody should leave YouTube at this point, not just me. But maybe that's because I'm a selfish prick. Well, do the best you can. Have a nice fucking day, motherfucking day. I'm not having a nice motherfucking day. This is very upsetting and angering for me. And what can you do, though? I mean, it is what it is. So, for those of you who will bail on me as a result of this, sorry. I tried. You gotta admit I tried. I wasn't willing to compromise enough, I guess. I compromised some, but not enough to please Susan. And Susan, with all of my heart, deep down in the pit of my soul, go fuck yourself.